This might be the best way to record. My plants are getting some perfect rainwater from God. Thank you. Got my little bucket to catch some of that water. And they always seem like they grow an extra inch or two after the rain. I'm not going to be able to get the whole picture, but see, I can't get over there. Let's see. Yeah, I can't get all of it. Yeah, because if I try to record outside, you see all those cars that keep going on both sides of the road. It's a very, very busy street. And plus that coupled with the wind. Look at this, is my radish plant right in front of me. Right there. There. See how it's yellowing? I thought it was some dirt that was splashed on under the bottom of the leaves. But turns out it's those little aphids, little spider mites or something. And I guess they suck all the juice and greenery out of your plant. And so if you don't watch them real carefully, you'll miss it. So I watched the underside of the rest of the leaves, but it looked like, see, it got some of them already. They just didn't make it. And before I realized what it was, let me see if you can see my other little green plant. See the purple bucket there? I had some kind of, I think those are supposed to be mustard greens. They started getting yellow and drooping before I realized again that that's what it was. I had no idea. I just looked at it and thought that it was dirt splashed under the bottom part, and I think I noticed them first. And then I started paying attention to everything else. So they're basically dead, but let's see if you can see inside of there. Maybe you can't tell, but there's a pepper seedling that's sitting on each side. Like, you might can see the one right here in front. Let me see. I can't point. I was trying to point. I can't point. Anyway, there's two peppers sitting inside that bucket. And I'm just going to pull up those greens out of there eventually and let the peppers have that bucket. I haven't noticed them on the greens or anything. Look at my big green pepper in the white bucket. It got damaged the other day when it rained. It rained, but I said, well, it rained overnight, but I think it was mostly wind than rain because there was no extra water in my buckets. I always try to leave my buckets there so I can catch some rainwater. And anyway, the wind tore up a lot of my plants, and some of them didn't make it. That's one of them. You might can't see how that one leaf is drooping down, and then one leaf over there is actually broken. So I don't know. I think I should leave them alone and see what it does. But see that bok choy in the same bucket? Actually, that big pepper and that bok choy in that white bucket, I did not plant either one of those, but I just let them go ahead and grow. I put a lot of food scraps in each one of these containers. At the bottom, that's how I load them up. Well, that's how I was loading them up. And as I would get one thing ready, I would sit it outside and get it ready to start planting. And I think what happened was I know I started a bunch of seedlings in those little bitty pots, and if it took kind of long time, what I considered longer for something to pop up, I just assumed that it didn't want to. So I would dump that dirt back into my bigger bucket that I mix my dirt in, and mix it up and add peat moss and add the Jobs in there, and then get ready to load up another bucket. So those two things popped up. I guess you call them volunteered. So I just let them. I left them. That bok choy is well ready. I don't know if you can see the white stalks poking out of there. You might not. I don't know. I can see them, but I don't think this camera is doing it any justice. And let's see what else. See that blue bucket over there? I think that's a squash. I don't think it's a zucchini. No, I think squash vine out. Yeah, squash is vine. I think that might be a zucchini. A zucchini, they just grow these big humongous leaves and sprawl out. And I believe that might be a zucchini. I did not plant that either. It just grew, and I let it. When I see the plants growing, I'm going to have a surprise garden, because I'm just letting them grow if they feel like growing. If they volunteer to grow, I'm just letting them, per se. And it's doing really good. Look at it. I think that when it rained the last time, it really jumped. And look how big it's already gotten those big leaves on it. Let's see. The other, you might can